Okay, everybody, here we are. How you doing today? It's a much nicer day outside today than it was yesterday here. It's been raining for almost 3 days straight, and today it's nice and clear and blue, but it's cold outside. Only high temperature around 55 degrees. All right, so here we go. We have these rolls from Illinois Armored, and it's an 88D roll. Gonna go ahead and go through this and see what we have. Let's see what's going on with this roll. Pick it apart here real quick. Get an old tool. So let's see. Hope it for everyone who observes Easter. Today was a great Easter Sunday for you. There we go. We got it open. And here we go. We've got 50 nice looking coins here. Let's see what we can do with this. Coin number 1. It's going to go to Frostbite. And the implications of this could be far and wide because we do have a second roll from the same source. Hopefully we find something so that it may translate over to the second roll we search. I don't see anything date mint mark related there. Let me get my lighting set just right on the face. And my zoom and focus. There we go. Okay. Now we're ready to look through 89Ds. They're quite shiny coins. Nice looking ones. Boondocks, I will get back to you on that. I'm very apologetic. I've forgotten about it. I will get it in the mail tomorrow. Let's see what we have going on here. I will place it in the mail tomorrow. I've got to get those counted, which I have not done. Okay, coin 1 is a nuttin'. Hopefully we'll run into something more in here. Here's coin number 2. Coin number 2 now. Okay, this one's got a little bit of split plating going on. Hello, Tyler. Yeah, I'll get you that. I'll get you the tracking on that package as soon as we get done here, and I'll get it packaged and put out for tomorrow. Okay, nothing on the obverse here. Let's take a look at the reverse. And I don't see anything yet here. Got some interesting little die cracks there on the planter to the left of the statue. Okay, nothing on coin number 2. Let's take a quick look, just in case there might be something that would be of great interest that we could be missing here. I want to take a quick look at John Wexler's website on the double die listings for 1988D. I don't know that he has anything listed, but his double die listings are complete. Okay, there's one on the date. I thought I remembered that. There's another one that shows on the date area. This one also appears to have a minor RPM right there, upper serif. Let's see. There's another one that shows on the date. These are minor. very minor, very difficult to see. There's another one that shows what he calls minor extra thickness. I don't even see this one. Point this one out all day and I don't see it. Very, very slight on this one. There's one that's showing relatively well. Okay, so double die reverses. I knew that we had one with a piece of a column, and that's the only one. Okay. Okay. Fourth memorial column. Okay. So that's what we are kind of looking for here. All right, let me move on to coin number 3. This one for Taco John. Taco John's coin. This one right here. There are some RPM listings for 1988D. We'll be looking for those as well. Faux show. Okay, got nothing on the obverse here. Let's take a look at the reverse. Oh. Nothing of particular greatness on the reverse either. So we move on to the next coin. Number 4. Coin number 4 from Mr. Fletcher. Nice clean looking coin. Ooh. That is a small raised line going through the mint mark. It actually comes out of the top of the mint mark. I don't see it. It might be continuing on up to the 8. Yeah, I'm probably going to go with a no on RPM there. Probably going with a no on that one. Let's keep looking around and see what else we see. There's nothing on this one. Flip it over, take a look at the reverse. Alright, nothing on the reverse. It's a really nice coin though. Very nice condition. That one's for Mr. Fletcher. Let's take a look at one for Ant. See what we have here. Nothing there. Let's see if we can see any notching on the outside of the design. Any extra thickness toward the outside of the design. Also looking in the center for any class 4 doubling. Not seeing anything so far. Number 6. Stephen? Don't see anything on the obverse here. A lot of these 1980s zinc cents are rather difficult to come by in nice condition, simply because the quality control was horrendous at that point in minting US coins, and a lot of the coins got out with like zinc wart, split plating, all kinds of other issues that did not bode well with time, and the coins have since kind of fallen apart or become just really nasty. It's not easy finding coins with even this nice quality. They generally come pretty icky. Had to take a real stab on this group of rolls that I got. The gentleman where I got them told me that they appeared to be okay. I still need to see photographs. And the photos he sent me, they were clean on the ends, so I figured that we would do okay with them. Coin 8. So if there's nothing on these, it's strictly an issue of the mint itself and not how the coins were stored, because these appear to have been well stored. So any quality issues are those of the mint. Not seeing anything here either. Reverse double dies so far, what's known anyway, is pretty thinly dispersed, I would say. One die known on the double die website by Wexler. And only the one. I don't know if we have any listed on copper coins. That I know of. There's only that one double die reverse, though. And I don't know if we even have it listed on copper coins. Okay, Carl. I appreciate that. Note made. Oh, that one doesn't have anything on it. Alright, Eric, we've got this reveal, and then I'll be doing another one right after this one, another 88D roll. And then I will be all caught up with my bag and roll opening broadcasts. Be ready to do a show tomorrow where, well, we can run a few. All right, nothing on that one. Number 12, Malcolm. Let's see. Okay, nothing there. Check the reverse here. And there's nothing there either. One thing I guess I could be looking for is the transitional reverse. Crispy. Yes, there will be an auction on Tuesday. Let's see. It's not going to be a very long or a very large auction. It's just going to be another one like this past week. I have a bunch of loose ends and some nice coins, but just stuff that I don't really have a good home for here. That you might be able to make a better home where you come from. Number 14, Mr. Fletcher. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I will have some nickels. Nickels, dimes, half dollars, certified coins. Oh, frostbite. Let's see, I don't see anything there. Yes. The good old days of having Easter the following weekend. Que la Pascua. That would be for the Greeks. I used to have the picnic and parties during the day on the Orthodox Easter because of my son and my wife at the time, who are Greek. Let's see here. This roll has not produced yet. And I am not sure that it's going to at all. But we're going to give it a shot anyway and see what we come up with. Number 17 now. Taco. Well. Oh, EJ. We are in the middle of searching a 1988D roll to see if we can come up with anything good. Haven't seen anything promising yet. Now number number 18, Miss Fletcher. And let's see anything on the obverse on this one. I wouldn't have wanted to have plans outdoors today. Today is definitely not much of an outdoorsy day. It's beautiful outside. It's really pretty from inside. But once you get out there, man, the wind just chews right through you. Chilly, chilly. Speaking of chili, that's what I made yesterday. Had good chili with the family. Alright, that was coin number 18. Let's move out into number 19 now. Ant this time. See a spot on the reverse on Ant's coin. There is a doubled mint mark here. Appears to be an RPM, I do believe. Yes. We have a repunch mint mark. It is an upper split serif. A minor upper split serif, but it is an upper split serif. We take all we can get. Nothing on the lower, but the upper, you can see it right there. Yep, definitely an upper split serif RPM. So there we go. Oh, Coin Junkie. We have a upper split serif RPM. Let's take a look and see what markers we can come up with for this. See if we can come up with anything near the date area. Now you have to watch out when you're looking for markers on these that you're not counting any of these plating blisters. That is definitely a planchet to planchet thing. That's not something you're going to find repeated. Sometimes kind of hard to tell the difference between a plating blister and something else. So we're looking for something certain. Looks like a die scratch right here. Die scratch running down the cheek near the jawline. Let's see what else we have. Boy, the markers are kind of scarce. There's some chance that this or this could be a marker, but I would have to see another coin to be sure. So, I'll give a shot to using this little die dot right here. And this could be on the die. So we'll just see what we can see out of that. I'll flip this over and take a look at the reverse. There could be really good markers on the reverse, but I don't like having to flip to the reverse to identify. There are markers on the reverse. There's die cracks on columns 9, 10, 11, and 12. There's a spot. That's definitely not a marker. So die crack on column 2, small one on column 1. It's 12 columns on the memorial building on the reverse of the Lincoln Cent. You start counting them from left to right, with the one on the far left being column number 1. You count up in order, you'll get to column number 12 on the right. And you can see here that the last 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all have some degree of a die crack on them. I don't have any other good markers that I can necessarily attest to. this could possibly be a marker right here. Okay, so we'll just move on, knowing that we have found one split upper serif RPM for Ant. Let's get on here to Frostbite and see if we find something similar on Frostbite's coin, and we don't. Yeah, I totally understand you there, Stephen. But there are a number of the more modern coins that are in much better condition. As is evidenced by... Hang on a second here. Let me do something real quick. So I may have found something of importance here. Hang on just a second. It's not enough to make a real difference, but if you look here, you'll see that I have a flip running straight across the top of Liberty. So we have the obverse is definitely in line with the flip, and then when I flip it over and we look at the reverse, let me find my line. There's my line. You run the line across, and it is not in line with the reverse. So there's my line, more or less straight across. We're off by 10, 15 degrees. But it's not necessarily a collectible amount, as in this is a valuable coin, but it is interesting to note that we have at least one slightly rotated reverse here. Josie? Miss Fletcher. Let's see what Miss Fletcher has. Let's bring it back in. Okay. Now, see, a lot of people would think perhaps this could be an RPM with that line running on the inside of the mint mark, but what I use when I see that, my eye immediately goes to the date. And when you go to the date and you see the same thing in the date, you got a no-go. That's definitely caused by gas in the plating. It could be caused by overstrike. It could be caused by die wear. There's a lot of things that could cause that other than RPM. And evidence points to it being not an RPM in this particular case. Take a look at the reverse here. Still not giving up on the idea of finding die varieties in here. We found one minor RPM at coin number 19. At what point does what become significant? The rotation, 45 degrees. Rotation at 45 degrees, it becomes enough to bother, let's say. Anything below 45 degrees, most collectors don't really care. Considered more or less normal. Okay, that is a normal one. Let's move on around here. Okay. Nothing there. I have been watching the initials for transitionals, and I've seen nothing yet. I do have 1988 Philadelphia, 1989 Philadelphia, and 1989 Denver rolls that we could run reveals on. out of the same horde as these rolls if you would want me to, with a yes or no. I'll get some indication as to whether that's something that you actually want to do. See, there's another one of those with that kind of off-center-ish. It's this line right here that concerns me. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but it's not in line with the mint mark, which that doesn't really matter a whole lot. That could be another RPM. It could possibly be, because that's the second one I've seen. I know that line is on the die now. It's the second one of those I've particularly noticed. Okay, who wants to do 1988 Philadelphia? .1988 Philadelphia. I'd be able to do 2 rolls, so we could get everybody involved in as many spots as they want to. I'm not trying to sell them right now. I'm just trying to get a gauge on what we do and don't have as far as interest factor is concerned. Here's number 24 now. Malcolm? Malcolm, coin number 24 is... appears to be normal at all angles. I'm looking at it from here. Hey, Mark. Okay. So there's the obverse. Nice little die marker right there. Nice die scratches down there in the lower lapel to coat area. However, we don't have anything to be marking this for unless we have a double die reverse, because there's nothing on the obverse of this coin. I don't see anything on the reverse either. So here's number 25 now, going to Taco John. And I've got nothing on the date and mint mark here. All of the doubling known for the 1988D has to do with extra thickness that shows in the date area or on Liberty or both. With all of the 88 and 89s, I would be checking for transitionals. Transitional reverse, where the reverse intended for 1988 was used in 1989, and the other way around. This is the design intended for 1988. The G does not have a long serif on the right side. And on the 1989, you do. Let's see, I'll get an 89 out real quick, and we'll compare them. Okay. Here is the 88. Here is the 89. You can see you have a very clear serif structure here on the G. Very clear pointed serif. And on the 88, you do not have that. That's the intended reverses for these. So this one's for Taco. 26 now. Mark. And for Mark, we look at mint mark first. Nothing. A little bit of split in the plating on the outside of the D there. Well, the 88, you'd be looking for the 88 Philadelphia, you'd be looking for the double ear for sure. All right, now for the reverse. This will help us also with the next roll that we're doing. I'm going to look at the reverses on all of these, and if we don't find anything on the reverses in this roll, the next roll is going to be basically the same thing all over again. I wanted to do 2 rolls to give people an opportunity to get involved, not necessarily to have a chance of finding things that are different. These come from the same group, which means that they came out of the same bag, which means they came from the same dies. Now that is arguably a possible. So we could actually have a decent RPM in here. You see that. I'll have to look at it a little bit better with 2 eyes later on. I have rejected other coins from this die pair because they had the ghost doubling on the outside of the date. In fact, I mentioned one, but this one, the ghost doubling on the outside of the date is real faint, and the doubling on the inside of the mint mark is very strong. So this one could actually be an RPM. I'm going to put it off to the side, and we will consider the remainder of these as possibles if we run into more of them in this roll or in the other roll, which I will be doing as soon as this show is over. I'll need about a 5 to 10 minute break, and then I'll be back for the other roll, 1988D, which would be reveal number 521. Let's see. Okay, nothing on the obverse here. Let's take a look at the reverse. Okay, nothing there. Jim? Nope, I don't see anything on that one. How about the reverse? Anything here? A little bit of split plating up at the top of the design there. Okay, nothing else. I'll move on. Coin number 30 now. Coin number 30. Back to Mark. Mark. Not on this one. Nothing there. Going to have a reveal by Eric this evening. A little later on this evening, Eric's going to be doing one of his rolls. I do believe he's got one tonight and one tomorrow. Both of them around, I think, around 6 p.m. And then we will have a reveal show tomorrow evening at 7. Here's another one from Miss Fletcher. see we keep running into stuff that I'm just... It just looks too much like plating doubling to me. Which is like... most of the time it's due to die wear. It's just how the dies wear on these Zinkins. Nothing there. That's number 31. How about 1989 Philadelphia? Who wants to see 1989 Philadelphia? Not from the sealed bag, the ones that we had earlier, but this is a different source, so they're going to be different dies. Could have some double die reverses. Nice double die obverses. 1989 Philadelphia. Anybody? Let's see here. Nothing there. $33. Go back to Ant. Well, nothing obverse related there. And nothing on the reverse. Now, number 34. Taco? Let's see what you got this time. Nothing there. See about the reverse side here. Well, I don't see anything. No, don't see anything there. Okay. Number 35. Stephen. Nothing here for Stephen. Check the reverse. Okay. $68S. You like the idea of $68S, huh? And we're talking about mint state 1968S, correct? Not proof. A lot of these ones that a lot of people don't really look through are the ones that can provide the nicest stuff, because you never know exactly what you're going to run into. I think I've got some 68S we could... Here, see, there's another one of those. I do believe this is an RPM. I believe it. I'll be looking at it closer later on, but I do believe that to be an RPM. Let's check the reverse here. Next roll will go a lot faster because I don't think I'm going to be looking at the reverses on the next roll. Not unless we find a double die reverse in the next 10 or 12 coins, however many we have left here. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this is an RPM, but it'll take more study for sure, because these can be very confusing. Confusingly similar to something that has no value, so we'll have to be careful when considering these. Some could be nice listable stuff. Others, it's not worth the time of day. Hello, Paul. Good day, sir. All right, here's 39 for Jim Fletcher. Nothing on the obverse on that one. It's not necessarily that this is disappointing. It's more that it's just a kind of typically expected issue with the roll. That is not a scrape post mint, I don't think. It could be. It looks like it was in the planchet when it was minted, and it was a really heavy one. So it didn't strike completely out. It's a little bit warmer, Paul. A little bit. It's not 40 degrees and raining, but it's chilly, but it's bright sunny outside. This is a beautiful coin right here. It came out nice. This is another one of that other one that I do believe could be an RPM. It has a line in it that does not parallel with the other line, and it appears could be from the same die as others that I'm seeing. If that is a mark which is on the die and not individual to the planchets, then I'm almost certain it is an RPM. So I'll be giving that a much better look here. I do believe this is an RPM, though. Nothing on the reverse, but that's for frostbite. So we could have 3 different RPMs here. Could have. No promises. See, that's just not the same thing. That right there is not the same thing. And I have nothing remarkable on the reverse. Now number 42, frostbite. Back to frostbite we go. That thickening that you saw on the outside 8 that looked like it could be extra thickness for doubling is actually more of a strike issue. You see how soft it gets and how matte, unshiny this area right here is, just like right in here. That's all a part of the strike, so that's not actually doubling. One on to the reverse side. There's so many ping pong balls all around Lincoln you can barely see his arms and knees. nothing on that one. That's number 42. Now number 43, Farm Dog. So here we go with Farm Dog. And see nothing here on the obverse. And looking at the reverse now, some spotting up around 10 o'clock on this one. Right up there. There's some carbon issues. Number 44, Crispy. Very interesting that we find what appears to be one single split upper serif RPM in the roll. I've not yet run into another one like it. And that's the only one I've seen out of this roll so far that I can definitely translate as an RPM 100%. The others are probablys. They're going to take some more looking into. I also had an issue where I was missing number 50. Whoever would go into number 50, I'm missing your name tag, so I don't know who number 50 is right now. I'll have to investigate it later. But by the time I noticed it, I had to get on with the show. So I will figure it out, whoever's got number 50. I'll get you a name tag made if I can't find it. And we will get the coin off to the proper owner. Not seeing anything on any of these reverses. So nothing on the reverses means our next roll is going to go substantially quicker because it's from the same source. Here's one for Ant. This will be coin number 46. Those of you who have not visited me on a regular basis and know the routines I go through when looking at coins, anytime you see a shadow or my finger, you're just looking at where I'm doing an instant adjustment to the light, like this. I'm just doing an instant adjustment to the light so I can look for specific things that will help me determine whether I'm looking at something that's doubling or something that's not. Sometimes I use it to find out whether a marker is poking out of the coin or if it's sunken into the coin. And moving my finger around to immediately change the lighting helps me determine those minor little issues. There's another one for Farm Dog here. And it doesn't look like we're having a whole lot of luck with these 88Ds. But once again, when you open a roll of 88D, you're not expecting sunshine. You're hoping for it. And our hoping did not quite produce on this roll. But we have a few interesting coins that need to go back to the microscope. So I can't say this was a total bust. Definitely not a total bust. And if you'll give me after the end of this roll, about a 10-minute break, and get something to drink and get the title and everything prepped for the next roll. I'll be back to do the next roll. It's going to be just long enough for a good bathroom break. so it won't be very long. A 49 goes to Crispy. This is the coin that goes to Crispy. Interesting little gas bubble next to the D mint mark, which I believe is an RPM. I believe that the mark on the inside of the mint mark on this particular coin is a repunch mint mark, extra vertical bar. I believe. Got no reverse varieties here. No die varieties. No transitional reverse. And now coin number 50, to whom even me is a mystery right now. I have no idea exactly who it goes to, but I will figure it out. Has toning. Has end roll toning on it. Nice looking coin there. Very, very light circle of death going around it, but the toning takes over. Toning's really pretty on this one. And we don't have a die variety, but it's a cute coin nonetheless. I'll figure out who this goes to, get their name attached to it. Meanwhile, I'll get ready for the other roll, and I will see you guys in that reveal session. It'll be number 521 here in just a few minutes. I'll see you then. Have a great afternoon otherwise.